Today, we're going to talk about carbon footprint. So what is carbon footprint? It is an important measure of the environmental impact of carbon dioxide and methane's contributing factors to man-made climate change in the form of greenhouse gases, also known as global warming. A carbon footprint is composed of two parts, a primary and secondary footprint. Primary Primary footprint is the sum of direct emissions of greenhouse gases from the burning of fossil fuels for energy consumption and transportation. Secondary footprint is the sum of indirect emissions of greenhouse gases during the life cycle of products used by an individual or organization. Nowadays, we talk about a lot of environmental preservation and sustainability due to the impact that we humans cause to the environment in which we live, and that gives all the support of our lives. With these issues related to preservation came the so-called R's as guidelines for achieving environmental sustainability. These 5 R's are the only initials of some words that determine actions to mitigate our impacts. It is transforming materials already used in raw materials for others or the same product. We can make the separation of our waste for recycling, encouraging this action. The beer or soda can is a classic. It is a way to avoid going to waste what can be reused in the same or for other functions. By reusing materials that would be discarded for the landfill, you will be increasing the life of this material and also the place where it would be discarded. For example, a pot olives that turns a container into your kitchen. It is to avoid waste and to consume less products that attack the environment. Consuming less is great for nature. Do not spend as much money on clothes and electronics as you will use. Think twice before buying something. It is really necessary. It is to deny the possibility of superfluous consumption and products that generate significant environmental impacts and that pollute our atmosphere, tides, and waters. Avoid the excess of plastic bag and packaging. Always have a cloth bag to carry yourself. Regarding the need to consume and the patterns of production and disposal adopted in our lives, we must ask ourselves, how is this produced? Why should I consume something unnecessary? Where does my waste go when you leave my gate? Does it stop being a problem? These and other questions can lead us to actions that improve the quality of life for all. We must rethink how our beaches, rivers, forests, and groundwater will be. Our lives depend on the balance of our environment, and for that, we could follow some R's in our daily lives. Reducing vehicles used across the globe can cut carbon dioxide emissions by thousands of tons. As mentioned before, efficiency is unquestionably the largest, cheapest, and cleanest wedge among the many. We need to get rid of carbon from our water efficiently. It takes lots of energy to pump, treat, and heat water, so saving water reduces greenhouse gas emissions. Saving water around the home is simple. 3% of the nation's energy is used to pump and treat water, so conserving water conserves energy that reduces greenhouse gas pollution. Reduce the amount of waste you generate and the water you consume whenever possible. Stop wasting food. Food waste is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. That's because food that's thrown away decomposes in landfills and emits methane, a particularly potent greenhouse gas. Power your home by purchasing green power. Green power is environmental friendly electricity that is generated from renewable energy sources such as wind and the sun. There are two ways to use green power. You can buy green power, or you can modify your house to generate your own. Growing a garden is not only good for you, it is also good for the environment because it reduces the carbon footprint of your food by decreasing the number of miles it takes to get food from the farm to your kitchen table. If you plant trees, it helps store carbon from the atmosphere. It is high time now that we should understand the importance of reducing carbon footprint and harmful emissions and start taking steps to save our planet from global warming. As per a new study, reduction in greenhouse gas emissions can be helpful in preventing up to 3 million premature deaths yearly by the year 2100.